We are back today. I hope everybody's start of the week was great. I am here to do a video response to Brian Cormack's first tarot tag, and I will put the link in the down bar here, called Tarot Tools Trio, which is his first tarot tag, and I really liked it. So here we go. The first part is your 3 favorite decks. If you were only to carry the stuff that you absolutely needed to do tarot, if you had to run out the door, your emergency tarot bag would carry 10 things in it. The first thing is your top 3 favorite tarot decks. So I decided, in no particular order, the Borderless Rider-Waite has quickly become either my favorite or definitely one of my favorite decks. This is the one I've been doing to do my wand study, and it's so beautiful. It still has the Rider-Waite system, and but the images are just something about when you took those borders away, they softened the colors a little bit like they did. I believe it's the commemorative edition, and the deck itself it's just stunningly beautiful. I love this deck. And so this would definitely have to be on the list of my top 3 that I would grab on the way out the door. Number 2, so I had a hard time because there's 4 that are really close. Number 2, I think, would have to be my Samhain Deck of the Bastards. Again, this is a Rider-Waite based deck, and I love to read with this deck. It's dark, which I have that dark humor about me. I love the dark decks, and the cardstock is amazing. It's that linen feel. I just really love to read with this deck. And it's a very good deck to read with. It's very complementary to a lot of different oracles, which I usually take on an oracle too. So that was hard. The third one, and as I'm sitting here, I'm going, maybe I should put in the other one instead, but I think I'm going to go with The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan as my third deck. And so just so you know, the other deck that I'm kind of back and forth on is Pagan Otherworlds. I love that deck. So it was very hard to leave that deck out. But because this is also Rider-Waite, but this is just a different feel of a deck. It's a little bit brighter. It's not quite as dark as the other 2 decks that I chose. But it is just, this is really what I learned tarot on, was this deck. So I kind of always go back to it as one of my favorites. It's just very clear for me. It's a great deck to read with. I love the colors. I love the way that she did this deck. The images and the symbology are great. So I love to read with this deck. So this would be the third one. And then the second part of your little emergency tarot bag would be your top 3 tarot books. And again, this was hard because, especially lately with my wand study, I've been going through quite a few, like 4, 5, 6 books to do the wand study. So this was tough. But I'd say number 1 would be The Ultimate Guide to Tarot. This is by Liz Dean, who did the Golden Tarot, by the way, also. Just as a really good understanding of the Rider-Waite deck. It shows all the cards. It tells the symbology of the cards. It gives you some sample spreads with it. It's just really a good book to have along with you. And I have really enjoyed going through the wand study, that's the first book that I read when I go through the wand study. So the second book is one that, this book, I think may be interchangeable. I may switch it out in my emergency tarot bag on and off. But I really like this book. Is Modern Tarot, Connecting with Your Higher Self Through the Wisdom of the Cards. This is by Michelle T. And this book, I was saying before, it goes through all of the cards. So it starts with the meanings of the cards. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. And then it also, though, does, for every card, she does a section called Working with this card. So this would be Working with Death. And she gives some suggestions on what to do to give you a deeper understanding. She gives you, like, little things you can do to connect yourself to that card a little bit better. So let's say we're talking about the Tower. So working with the Tower. Lots of people might think you're crazy to willingly call the Tower into your life, but if you need extreme and drastic change and cannot figure out how to get started, summon this energy into your sphere. Beware, though, it's quite wild. Do not do this spell unless you are ready to deal with the consequences through the consequences of this spell, though the consequences of this spell are better in the long run than the consequences of sticking in your rut. But the Tower will come for you eventually, so there's a little boost to not being taken by surprise. So, and then she goes through this whole spell that you can do to connect with the energy of the Tower. It's a bath spell and stuff that you can put in your bath water, and what happens to it will get you through connecting with the Tower. She's very plain languaged about the tarot, and to me, that's great. I really enjoy that. And there's she's humorous about some stuff, and I really like this book as kind of a modern edge to how to read the tarot and what the tarot cards mean. So I really enjoy that. And the last one is Holistic Tarot by Benabal Wen. This book this book has it all. It has spreads, it has the meanings of the cards, it has shuffling, cutting, and drawing. So she takes you through the different ways to do that. This book really has it all. And she is such a no-nonsense, down-to-earth. She doesn't look at the tarot as this psychic energy woo-woo stuff. So she really breaks it down for you into this great approach of this is what the cards want to tell you. And she explains how she feels the cards work, or an idea of how although she says too, do I know for sure? No. But so it's more of a down-to-earth approach, scientific approach than, the psychic stuff, which I believe partly in that too. But I really like the down-to-earth approach to it. So that's the third thing. And so the last thing is a wild card. And he was saying it could be another deck that you can't live without. It could be an oracle that you always put with. And I almost did an oracle because I thought, yeah, I kind of do have an oracle that I usually use to clarify sometimes. Although you don't have to have it. Sometimes if I want a clarifying, I can just pull another tarot card. So I didn't include that. What I decided to include for the wild card was a tarot cloth. It doesn't matter which one, although this one goes with me a lot because I can fold it and it can be all sizes. To me, I really don't like to put my cards out on anybody else's table or the counter at work or anything without having something underneath. Because I really try to protect my cards from anything that's spilled there or hair or whatever people have in their house. I try to bring my own tarot cloth so I know what my cards are going on. And without that, I feel funny sometimes about putting my cards down on somebody else's table or cloth or whatever. So I think I would definitely bring some kind of tarot cloth with me. And that's it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to watch some of the responses today, now that I'm home from work and in my jammies. And I have a couple other videos probably. I may be uploading a couple others later on today. I hope you guys are in the start of a fantastic week. And keep positive. Blessings.